Scientists has discovered this. The Bible said it a long time ago. Everyone who has ever lived has come from the same gene pool. In 1995, the Y chromosome from 38 men of different countries and different ethnicities found that all of them had characteristics in their DNA showing they were all descended from the same gene pool in the Middle East. In the Middle East? What else happened in the Middle East? Very interesting. The Bible teaches we are all descendants of one man. And Acts 17:26 said this, that God hath made of one blood all nations of men, for to dwell on the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed in the bounds of their habitation. All nations are of one blood. So, how did it break off? Well, let's talk about biblical evidence for the founder effect. The founder effect in biology, and if your kid ever asks you, where did all the races come from? Here's your answer. The founder effect in biology states that a subgroup that breaks off of a group within a few generations will begin to express similar physical and behavioral characteristics such as skin color, eye shape, etc. When people break off from the whole, the DNA information is lost and characteristics of a gene pool that is broken off become more pronounced. With this in mind, let's look at Genesis 11:7-9. Let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth. People who spoke each language, once the languages were confounded at Babel, they found the people that walked around and let's say they spoke English. Hey, how are you? And the other guys, oh, okay, that guy didn't speak my language. Well, how are you? Wie heißt du? Oh, that guy doesn't speak my language. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, that guy doesn't speak my language. So what happened? They all broke off. They found people. Hey, how are you? Oh, hey, I'm so glad I found somebody that speaks my language. And so they broke off into different places with the people that spoke their language, because they couldn't understand anybody else. Yeah, they didn't have any of those programs to where you can learn languages. None of those apps existed back then. So the gene pool was split, and after several generations, certain characteristics became more pronounced. Skin color, facial structures, etc. When languages are differentiated, people found others who spake the same language and moved with them to different places. And they formed other nations. Now, because of this one blood principle, racism is unscriptural. You cannot be a regenerated, spiritually resurrected Christian and hate somebody of a different race. Okay? As a matter of fact, the Apostle John makes it pretty clear that you cannot call yourself a Christian. You cannot be walking in light if you hate your brother. And if you're, let's say your brother is of another race and he's talking about a believer. Okay? You can't hate a believer from another race. In fact, you can't hate an unbeliever from another race, because why are you going to try to win him to Christ? You can't. It's impossible. Okay? If you have racist, if you start thinking badly of some other race, and you want to judge somebody for another race, you really need to think about your faith. You really need to think, okay? Your Savior is Jewish. Think about it. But basically, all of our ancestors, ladies and gentlemen, are Middle Eastern.